Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. Today we are making Gnome Christmas ornaments, and I bought the two clear plastic ornaments at Dollar Tree. You are going to need some acrylic paint, and I have green and red, and I believe I purchased the paint at Walmart. You are going to want to take, and I just used a foam brush or a regular brush, either way will work, and you're going to just try to get as even a coat of paint as possible on your Christmas ornament. You don't have to paint the complete front of the ornament if you don't want to, but go ahead and paint all of the back of the ornament because the beard and the little hat and little nose will cover the front. So I painted about halfway up on the front and all the way on the back. And these are just plastic ornaments from Dollar Tree, and I will add a materials list for you in the drop down box below. And I also made a red one, same steps. And we just hung them up on our chandelier to let them dry. And I just cut my yarn at 4-inch strips, and then I cut a strip or a triangle of felt at about 4 inches. I hot glued my string or my yarn onto my felt triangle, and so just be real careful using your hot glue gun. Mine is a low temp one that I purchased at Hobby Lobby, so I didn't have any problem, didn't get burned or anything while doing this, but be extra careful if you have one of the regular ones. You might want to wear the hot glue finger guards while you do this. We accidentally got the camera on slow motion, so my daughter tried to speed it up, but this is as fast as it would go, so I apologize guys. But I just took and ran a strip of the hot glue down the back of the felt of his little beard, and then I just placed the beard on the front of the Christmas ornament and let it dry. I just pressed it down and held for just a little bit. You can add more yarn if you like or less, and then I also used a little dot of hot glue to glue the felt down at the bottom of the triangle. And then here my daughter is adding some blush to the little pom-pom, or I can't think what it's called, cotton ball nose. The nose that I am using is leftovers from an Easter bunny kit I had. So we just added some inexpensive blush, and it's a little bit big. My daughter had to go back and touch up with blush around the edges, but I just hot glued it onto the center and held for a little while. And then I just cut some kind of rounded strips out of a Dollar Tree scarf. Each side measures about 6 inches tall. And so I just hot glued the sides together and left the bottom open. So just be careful using your hot glue. And like I said, I just made about 6 inches on the left and right side, and then I kind of made it an oval shape for the top, like a toboggan. And then I just folded it up for the little cuff of the cap and hot glued it. And then same thing on the back side. And this scarf came from Dollar Tree. And then here I am just kind of making sure that I've got it the size I want. And so you'll need to cut out a spot for the gnome's nose. So I just played with it a little bit, and then I decided I needed to cut the little circle or arch in the cap. Just make sure when you cut the little arch that you don't make it too big, because you don't want any space on each side of the nose. You want it to fit nice and snug around his little nose. And so I just put it back on the top of the Christmas ornament. And if you'll notice, these are not the round ornaments, they're more of a teardrop shape ornament. Okay, and then once you have it like you like, you're going to want to hot glue the little hat down to the ornament. And just be real careful and just pull it down so that it meets the beard, and then hold it for just a little bit for it to dry. Do the same on both sides, and then you'll want to add a little bit of glue all around so that the hat does not slide off or move, and then let it dry. I guess the shape of the ornament really isn't a teardrop, but I can't think what else it would be called. But anyways, it's not the round ornament. So you'll want the one that extends so that his little cap will hold up on its own or stand up on its own. And then I just added a piece of string. It's just gold string that I use for the center when I'm tying bows. So I just made a little, I don't know what you call it, little pom-pom at the top, basically, a little puff, poof, whatever you like to call it, and then tied it tightly so that it would keep the shape. And then I just trimmed off the extra string. And I wanted to add a little something extra to the top of his little cap. So I just cut a little bit of the fringe or tassel off of the bottom of the scarf and kind of made a little circle with it. And then I'm just hot gluing it to the very top and going to hold it until it dries a little bit. And so that's what I did to the top of that one, but a tiny little jingle bell would look cute too. Okay, and so that's the first one. And I took some of that bowstring, I don't know the correct name of it, but anyways, and I made like a hanger for it, and I just hot glued it to the back of the little cap so that I could hang it on the tree. I'm thinking about making several of these, and my son and daughter, they each put up a Christmas tree in their bedroom, so I really think this would be cute in my son's bedroom to make him a gnome Christmas tree. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I just hot glued the string on and let it dry. And for the red one, the same steps. This time I just added the hot glue to the ornament and then placed the beard on it. So whichever way works best for you. And so just let it dry. And then this little pom-pom's a little bit small. I didn't really have a medium size. I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger, but this works and it looks cute. And I forgot to add the blush, so I had to go back and add the blush afterwards. But I'm just cutting a triangle about 6 inches each side measures, and I'm just using a Dollar Tree scarf. And you'll want to make a front and a back, so I'm just cutting. You could fold it over, but this scarf is leftovers from last night's gnome that I made, so I didn't want to cut a new one, so that's why my pieces are kind of cut up and not even. But you could just fold it over if you have a new one and cut your front and back at the same time instead of having to do it in 2 steps. But same steps right here as the black and white buffalo plaid check. I'm just hot gluing the sides together, and I'm going to leave the bottom open. So let the sides dry and just be careful using your hot glue. Okay, and now I am adding a little hot glue to make the fold up cuff. Just let it dry. Same steps on the back. And then you'll want to cut out the little oval for the gnome's nose, and then just hot glue it on just right against the beard. I tried to glue it just right across the top of the beard is what I kind of tried to do when I was hot gluing it. And then just let the hot glue dry, just be real careful. And then you'll want to make sure you glue the hat on all the way around the ornament so it doesn't slip off or move. And I like this hat. I kind of like the triangle, the pointed shape one. I mean, I like the rounded one too, but this one's probably my favorite. And then for the top, I just added, it's just a piece of the tassel that I cut off the scarf. I just tied a little knot right there. But you could add some, cute embellishments. I had some little silver snowflakes that I thought about hot gluing a few onto the top of the hat. Or you could use jingle bells. You could add a little bit of greenery, tiny pine cone. There's all kinds of options to dress it up if you wanted to. And make sure when you add the beard that on the felt that you also glue the bottom of the triangle down to the ornament too. And here's how it looks. And you can add more yarn. You can make yours as full as you want. And here they are together. So which one's your favorite? The one on the left or the one on the right? I think they're both cute. My husband liked the one on the left better. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I hope you have a wonderful night.